Breaking lie of Maulana and Mufti on my channel, Exmuslim Sahil official, stay tuned. स्वीकरण डिस्क्लेमर। हम वाक और अभिव्यक्ति की स्वतंत्रता के बारे में भारतीय संविधान के अनुच्छेद 19 का पुरजोर समर्थन करते हैं। उदाहरणों, छवियों और संदर्भों सहित यह वीडियो केवल मनोरंजन, सूचना और शैक्षिक उद्देश्यों के लिए प्रदान किया गया है और चैनल किसी भी अवैध गतिविधियों को बढ़ावा या प्रोत्साहित नहीं करता है। हमारा मकसद केवल समाज जागृत करना है।
Namaskar. Hello and welcome to Pgurus channel. I'm your host Sri Iyer. Today I have a brand new guest. In fact, he is so new that he has a new name. I don't know how old his new name is, but we'll find out all about that when we meet our guest of the evening, Exmuslim Sahil. Let's welcome him. Sahil, namaskar and welcome to Pgurus channel.
Namaskar, sir. How are you?
I'm doing well. I've heard so much about you, Sahil. It's a pleasure to see you in person today, as well as at least see your image in person. That's why namaskar, Akar to dekh liya aaj. And it's very nice to have you on our platform, sir. And I'm hoping that this will start a series of enriching conversations for our audience, as well as for you and as well as for me. Sure. Sahil, I have sung so many Bollywood songs with the word Sahil in it, without understanding the meaning of the word Sahil. Can you elaborate a little bit about what Sahil means?
Sahil is actually, it means shore actually. I mean, in Hindi you say kinara kehte hain na, kinara, shore.
Right.
If I'm not wrong. So it means that. So what happened, it's not my real name actually. So when I started this activism, I started, with my channel name as Indian Exmuslim. But, somebody told me that if you go somewhere or, if you are having discussion, there has to be some name. So that time I decided that, let's keep it Sahil.
Very, very logical and very nice name and beautiful explanation too. I used to think that was what it was, but I would always wonder, why not use the word Kinara? Maybe it's not rhyming right. Who knows? I never asked Anand Bakshi that question, so that's all right. Sahil, you're coming on our channel for the first time. Can you kind of walk us through your personal life, how you started out, and how did you end up here, and where do you see yourself maybe in a few years? What's your vision? Please take it away.
Yeah, see, sir, I am born in a Muslim family as a Muslim, and my family is a religious family. They pray the Salah, that is namaz. So they pray 5 times. They fast as well. And when I was young, or when I was a child, I grew up in that environment. So I was offering prayer also. I was keeping fast also. Then slowly and gradually, when I was getting old, or maybe in my teen, I was very much interested in learning Islam, because I started seeing videos of lectures of Dr. Zakir Naik, and I was very much convinced, you can say, or very much interested in that. So I have almost heard all his lectures. So I was really liking the way he used to speak, his style, and the arguments he was giving while addressing to the audience, and his debate skills and all that. So my interest started building in that, and my interest in religion also started building. So I started learning Islam, and while I was in teen, I was into a Tablighi Jamaat, a fiqh in Islam. So I came across some videos of the Salafi scholars, or you can say Salafi Islam, or the Salafi fiqh. So I started watching that also. Then from Tablighi Jamaat, I converted to the Salafi Jamaat, or more knowingly, you can say Wahhabi Jamaat, which is very common in India, Pakistan, and Bangladesh. So both side, I used to come across to any platform or online forum or chat, or when I was working in company, I used to give dawah to the non-Muslims, so that they can come to Islam. So one side I was doing this, and on the other side I was also clarifying, or telling the people of other firqa or sect of Islam that they are wrong, and if they want to go to Jannah, or if they want to follow the right firqa or the right path or the right methodology, then they have to follow Quran and the authentic hadith, that is Sahih hadith. So both sides I was doing this work, or you can say this thing, my activism, when I was teen and 17, 18, 19 and 20. I was doing this all these things. So I used to have debates with people of different faiths on chats and online forums with my colleagues in office. So I had a beard of this size, almost this much. Okay, when I was a Muslim. So many people were knowing me that I'm doing this kind of thing. But what happens when you try to show someone that if you want someone to come to Islam, you have to show them that your religion is not perfect, or your religion is not true. Otherwise the person will not come to Islam. Okay, so while doing dawah, while giving this message, I used to tell them that this is the only right path. Your religion, your scriptures, if it is a Hindu, if he is a Hindu, I used to quote them some verses of Vedas or Bhagavad Gita. If he is a Christian, I used to quote him from Bible. I was not a scholar of all these. I never read Bhagavad Gita in my entire life, the entire Bhagavad Gita or Veda or Bible. But while, because I was following Zakir Naik, and they had one website, on that we used to get some kind of PDFs wherein these verses were mentioned, and that is all I had to by heart, so that I can give dawah to non-Muslim. So what happens, if you try to show people that these are the things which are not correct in your religion or in your scripture or in your ideology or in your belief, then the person to whom you are telling this will also show you something which is not right in your scripture or in your ideology. So that time, I was like, when I used to come across with these kind of questions, like why a prophet who is a role model, when he was 55 years old, he married a small child, Hazrat Aisha, who was 9-year-old. So these questions used to come while having discussion, but since I was not very old or mature, so I used to ignore that, and I was giving dawah. Then slowly and gradually, when I started thinking that when I was seeing the Muslim people, I used to see that we have lot of disconnects, we have lot of problems inside. Every sect is fighting with every other sect. Every sect is telling that my sect is the true sect and your sect is not true. So there is a lot of fighting in inside Islam. So my interest started going down. And apart from that, when I used to see Muslims going and doing terrorist acts and doing something wrong, I used to think that Islam is correct, and the Muslims are wrong, or Muslims are not perfect, but Islam is perfect. I used to think like that. But my interest in Islam slowly and gradually started decreasing. So I was offering 5 times namaz, I was praying, I was keeping fast, but later on I started skipping my prayer, salah, and my interest towards Islam was decreasing. But during this pandemic, COVID, I used to think again about Islam, and these questions which were told me earlier about the marriage of Prophet Muhammad and his behavior with non-Muslims, or what is the behavior of Quran about non-Muslims, and then the concept of slavery in Islam, why Prophet and his companions were involved in slavery, sex slavery. So when I started thinking again about these matters, I searched internet. I listened most of the scholars who have spoken about these issues, but I was not convinced. I was really not convinced, and I thought, like, I'm just wasting my time in this religion. In fact, this is a religion for which people, without knowing anything, they never read Quran, or they have never gone through the hadith. They just hear the Maulvis, and they are ready to die, and they are ready to take life of someone else. So I thought, like, why I should waste my life doing these kind of things when the things are not correct in this. So in 2020, I think, I decided that I'm leaving Islam. So this was my whole journey. Just before 2.5 years, I left Islam, and after that, I started this activism.
Now, you are a fairly busy blogger now, and you also are, gathering more people. You're getting recognized. More people are inviting you, and more power to you. Is this a pan-India concept, or is that something? Is this something that you're trying to take it across the world?
Yeah, as of now, see, I started my activism 1.5 years before, and since my channel is in Hindi language, or you can say Hindi Urdu, so most of my audience are people of subcontinent, but people across the world, I mean, especially who knows Hindi or Urdu, US, UK, everywhere, Germany, everywhere, people are watching my channel, my, debates with the Muslims. So as of now, it's, limited to Hindi or Urdu audience. I had few interviews in English also. Since English is not my first language, I am not very fluent in that. But
Oh, you're fine.
many
You're doing fine, my friend. You're doing fine.
Thank you. So many of the viewers, they told me that start doing streams in English also, so that we can cover more people, especially in West, and people who can understand English. So that is one of the plan that I am thinking on starting this activism in English also. But as of now, it's limited to Hindi Urdu audience.
Wonderful, and more power to you. And Sahil, I'm hoping that our conversation of today will grow, and we'll start having more critical conversations and discussions. I usually am in this format, one-on-one. I usually ask a set of questions. I start with one question, and then basically what you say leads on to my next question, and so on and so forth.
Okay.
Today was a good way
Mhm.
to kind of, it's a Kickstarter
Introduction.
intro
Yeah.
about Sahil. And I'm hoping that this will form a series of conversations that we're going to have. And you can also test, your English skills on this channel, and make yourself more.
Sure. Yeah, it's a good idea actually. If I start speaking, then I'm sure that my vocabulary will definitely improve. It's a good chance for me. So thank you for that. Just wanted to tell you that when I started my activism, I started my activism without showing my face. And you don't I don't know if you agree to me, or you will believe it or not. When I started my activism, within 6 months, my live viewership, from the live viewership when I started doing stream was 100 to 150 people. Within 6 months, the live viewership increased to 1,000, 1,500, and then my channel live viewership went to 2,000, 2,300. Then my identity got revealed from by one of the Pakistani Mufti. After that, I stopped my activism temporarily for 1 month. Then I restarted, because I cannot live without speaking the truth. So I restarted my activism. Then luckily I got a call from some of the journalists. They had my interview on their channel, and from there the news channel India TV contacted me. They called me on the channel, and after that, after going to that channel and having discussion with the Islamic scholars, then I went to different channels. My live viewership has now increased to, the maximum live viewership I got on my channel is 11,800. So that means people are, liking the conversation that we have, because people want to know. I mean,
Yes.
they are confused. Even Muslims, they don't know what exactly is written in Quran and the Sunnah, or the authentic Hadith. So they are interested. So I'm sure, if we do it in English also, we can cover a good, range of people, or we can have this activism go international.
Absolutely, and I've lived half my life in the United States. So as we speak, right, some of the words that are used in the West will sneak in, and slowly but steadily, you will start speaking those things. It just makes you, like somebody who is well versed, and then you'll start being on many international channels too. The more power to you. Thank you very much. Very easy to understand, very candid conversation today with you, Sahil. And viewers, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Sahil, you want to mention your Hindi channel, your channel name, so people can subscribe to it?
Sure. I have two channels. The main channel is Exmuslim Sahil Official. We have 1,37,000 subscribers as of now, some 37 subscriber. And the other backup channel is Exmuslim Sahil Official Backup. There we have around 38,000 subscribers. So both are my channels. The main channel, these Maulvis, these Islamic scholars, they tried shutting my channel by sending me strikes. So I got 3 strikes together in the alternate days. So that's the reason I had to come up with my backup channel.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
one strike is waived off. So I have only 2 strikes. So I'm doing activism on both the channels. So people who have still not subscribed to my channel can subscribe to both of these channels.
Absolutely, and this is something that I have also realized, and this is the way it is. When you speak the truth, somebody has a problem with that, but we should continue to speak the truth. Thank you very much, Sahil. Namaskar.
Namaskar.